Go!
All right. Hi, I'm Carrie at home, and this is In Your Business with Neil Howard.
Welcome back to the channel. Carrie is a success story. Everything she touches seems to turn to gold. Currently, she has 40,000 subscribers on YouTube. She has a Patreon with several, close to 100 followers who listens to her business advice. She's a mother of 3, and we can learn a lot from Carrie, especially the younger generation. What makes Carrie so successful?
So I know my limits. I know my boundaries, first of all, but I do enjoy having a curious mind. I think that is where it's really at, is always staying curious and trying to figure out how things work or how to problem solve. Because it's like, as soon as you know how to figure something out, like I'm trying to figure out how to set up a podcast room right now.
Yeah.
Never built one before, but I'm just learning from other people, gaining experience and knowledge, and then applying it.
Yeah. So you're a doer.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. So right now, you currently are working on an upcoming video. It's a really exciting video. Mm-hmm. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I resell. I'm a clothing reseller online. That's what my YouTube channel is all about. And so we sell clothes on eBay, me and my husband. And it's the end of the year, or now it's the beginning of the year. And I'm making an end of year video talking about the numbers that we did, what it means behind the sales, like how much money we actually made, and what our workflow looks like to make that much money.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, I want to talk a little bit about the past because I want people to get to know you a little bit more. So you owned a construction company before this with Kyle, and you had a 3-way partnership, basically you and your husband and then somebody else. And you guys kind of inspired me because you guys were such a success at that. You grew it to, I think your highest year was $300,000, which is amazing. And I'm sure you had goals to even make it higher. And I remember at the time I was doing like 94,000 with Twisted Brick, and you guys told me those numbers. And I was like, and how I want people to see when you hear successful people talk about success, the first thing you should think of is like, don't be jealous or envious. I want people to look at that and be like, how could I do that? And you guys were so open with your numbers and how you did it. And it really helped me grow my company to the success it is today. So do you want to talk about like what you did for just your construction company?
Yeah. So Kyle and I, we started that business. It was like a mud jacking business. So we're leveling uneven concrete at that time. And we basically had to trailblaze it down in this area, just literally starting from scratch, like no clients, no referrals, nothing. So it was a learning experience. So we've never done that before. Yeah. But it was a lot of fun working with Kyle and just growing the company and just really having a serving mindset. We just wanted to do well to the customer and provide a good service that was affordable versus, replacing it with new concrete. So we had our values and just really wanted to do a really good job serving people. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. And we got to learn a lot.
And the track you guys seem to be on, which is I've learned a lot and picked up this baton, was you guys kept on narrowing your focus to what works. You got rid of all the extra side stuff. Like people would say, do you do crack repair? Do you do this and that? And you guys just kept getting rid of the 20% that was making a little money, but your focus was on the 80% success.
Yeah, streamlining to the most bang for our buck, essentially.
Yeah, so I would say that would be something to pick up on. So then I would say, what went wrong? Like, what was the biggest thing that you would learn if you had to do that construction company different, just to speak to younger people or people that want to start a business like that? Well,
yeah. So, I would say what really, I would say the number one thing that happened that just really started kind of feeling like it was on a house of cards was whenever we transitioned to what we thought was more professional looking. Yeah. This is what other people do. And it just was not working out well for us. So we previously had a separate work truck that hauled around a trailer, and that's where all of our equipment was on it. And, we would have the occasional pop tire, but that was as bad as it got. But to be more professional looking, we were trying to shift everything to an all-in-one truck build. And that's what other companies have and everything. Not all of them, but that was just more professional looking. And it was awful. Like every single time the truck was down, our business was down. Yeah. And we needed to just basically detach and go back to what was working and streamline that versus completely overhauling and doing something different.
Yeah. But on the back burner, you guys had something else cooking, which was this eBay reselling business.
Yes. So. Yeah. As soon as we saw like kind of the writing on the wall that this was becoming more difficult, and we, with the partnership and everything, that was another thing. It is a lot. That was like probably the biggest downfall with the
like
business.
Dave Ramsey says, the only ship that always doesn't sail is like a partnership.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I forget exactly what he says. Yeah, a partnership.
And it's not necessarily that it's bad people or whatever. It's more just like the conflict of opinions and ideas.
Yeah, vision and where you want to go with it and decisions. Because if it was just Kyle and I making the decisions, it probably would have been way smoother. We would have
100%.
converted back and kept growing it. But we can't force our other partner to say yes or no. And it was just becoming too difficult with that.
Yeah. Even Kyle and I, we've talked about wanting to start businesses together. So many good ideas. And we always end with, well, the partnership would have to be, someone would have to be in control. And there's really no 50-50 decisions.
Yeah.
So that's a very difficult needle to thread.
Yeah. And especially if you're going in with friends or family, it's like you want to value your friends and family's relationship over a business. So we saw the writing on the wall. So I wanted to continue working for ourselves. Kyle got me into reselling, like finding stuff for cheap and flipping it for a profit. And so I wanted to do that for us income-wise.
Yeah, and that's where the success comes in, because you learn building your own websites, online ads and everything for your company, Mudjack. And now it's like you just transitioned right into eBay reselling. And right when you put your mind to it, you became successful. And I want to talk about a little moment that I remember. I was doing my YouTube channel and I was just doing shorts, and I had like 1,000 subscribers with barely any views. It was a joke. It still is a joke. And but that's my other YouTube channel where I just do fun family content. And then I remember one night I was showing you, like, look how easy it is to get a bunch of views. And I had like 1,600 views in a couple hours. But you don't really get anything from that. And you started your YouTube channel that night, and then I think it was like 30 days you had 10,000 subscribers and instantly got monetized, instantly got successful. And I'm over here like, so you're pretty good at that kind of stuff.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I can't really speak on that, but But
what made your YouTube channel successful? Because I have an idea of why.
Okay. Yeah. So because I come from a marketing background, and because we have owned businesses and everything, I've already, like, my perspective of life is to always just serve. And so instead of me like making videos that I enjoy, okay, obviously make videos they enjoy, but like instead of it just being like, this is just for me and me only, like I was like, what do people want to watch? What do they want to learn? What do they want to see? And then I create those videos. Obviously I still have to enjoy it myself. But that's an easy, overlap to find it.
Yeah, I found like you had a narrow focus. You're like, I'm going to post about eBay, and that's what I'm going to post about. Even if you sprinkle in family content and stuff, but YouTube recognized that's your brand, and it posted and it showed you the eBay community, the reselling community.
I'm a big fan of niching. That's how I started. That's how we started our other business with the construction. Niching down into reselling was just focused on clothing versus everything. And then with eBay or YouTube, I was just focused on eBay reselling content versus everything and anything.
You and Kyle have always been really good at getting rid of the noise and focusing on what works. And I really respect that, because I'm kind of everywhere all at once. So the thing that really got you going was your tech and sports video. Let's talk about that. Yeah,
like straight out the gate. Like I posted a handful of like vlog stuff on YouTube. But whenever I was like really trying to be like, okay, how do I grow this? And how do I get more attention and everything with the views and all that? There is a prominent reselling figure called Tech and Sports. He's like super mega successful whenever it comes to reselling. And he had a daily routine of just him doing the reselling business where he would go out and find 120 items a day at thrift stores, list 120 items a day, photograph 120 items a day, ship out 120 packages a day. Like it was a monstrous daily routine.
Yeah.
And I was a part of his group at that time. And so I was like, I've never seen anyone attempt to do his routine, which most people, to give you a reference, like most people are doing about 5 a day.
Yeah. And those are people just, and they're trying too.
And they're trying for the 5 a day. So he's doing like, a crazy, like 20 times, 25
Yeah.
times that amount. So anyway, I'm like, I've never seen anyone.
So you said, I'm going to
that.
do a video of I'm actually going to try being tech and sport for a day.
I'm going to try his routine out. Yeah. Because at that time, like, people were like, I'm going to do like the Kylie Jenner daily routine and what she eats in a day and all that. So I was like, I'll do the tech and sports daily routine. And so it's like kind of on trend and a prominent figure. And it was ludicrous work routine. And so I tried it out and I think people really were entertained by it.
How many items did you end up succeeding?
Yeah. I worked, I think it was like 16 hours.
Yeah, you started at like 4 a.m. drinking coffee.
I had to wake up so early to start, and I found 120 items, listed 120 items. I didn't ship out 120 because I could only do 90 at that time because I was saving them all over the weekend.
But the concept was there.
But it was there. The hard part was finding 120 items. And it was so hard to do that video, but I knew, I was like, if I just see it through and do it well and make a really good video, people are going to love this. And they did. Like, it blew up.
How many views did it get?
I'm sitting at over 100,000.
100,000 views and growing.
Yeah, and growing.
Yeah.
So
I believe you have like under 40 videos on your channel with millions of views, and you're able to be successful off of the little you're posting. And I know you had a big hiccup, I would say. It's not even a hiccup. It's just like you got a baby. You had a baby, so you stopped posting as much.
Yeah, having a baby was definitely like I had to shift focus for a moment. But now that he's almost a year old, I feel like I can shift a little bit more focus towards that now that he's a little bit more independent. a little bit.
And your goal for this year is just to really blow up your online.
Yeah, I have not really focused much on social media. Like, hardly at all. Like, I'm not doing short form at all, which you've been doing short form. Yeah. And I've been watching you do that. And I'm like, I really need to be getting on the short form game. Yeah. Because, like, I'll hear your numbers and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I wonder what I can do and everything, like, inspiring with that. So I'm really going to be focusing on social media this year.
Cool. I want to segue away from the business and everything and just talk about I think it's quite amazing that you had your third kid and then you were able to, like, you started a health journey and you were able to get yourself in like really good shape just off of dieting and doing the numbers on that. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I would say you could probably describe me, and I can self-proclaim myself. I'm very data driven. Like, I like the numbers. I like having formulas. I like having a plan. I started a weight loss journey before I got pregnant, and then I became pregnant. And of course you got to focus on just having a healthy pregnancy during that time and delivery. But once, I had already done the work where I lost a good amount of weight before getting pregnant. So I knew if I just stayed mindful, still doing well during my pregnancy, didn't completely ruin my work or anything, then once I was done being pregnant and the baby was home and we were happy and healthy, then I could just pick it back up and do the same plan because it worked the first time. So I did it the second time and I had better success, faster success. So it's been really fun.
See, and then at the same time, you're homeschooling your 3 kids. So just stacking all these things on top of each other, you're an inspiration. You're able to lose your weight, go get on that, and then you're homeschooling your kids. You're doing your whole entire eBay business. Your Poshmark, is that what it's called?
Yeah, Poshmark and eBay.
Yeah, you're doing that. And then you're doing your online video tutorials and Patreon. So you guys are killing it right now.
It is definitely a lot.
Yeah, it's amazing. And you're always willing to add more. So everyone, you have it in you. You have the energy, you have the time. Get off your phone. Or if you're going to be on your phone, use it to make you successful. And then you're going to be alone at times and everything. Surround yourself with successful people. That's why I surround myself with my best friend Kyle and his wife Carrie, because it helps me be successful. And we only have a little bit of time, and I want to be successful. But okay, so let's go into the online trolls. We don't have to get specific, but you've become so successful that you actually have people that criticize.
Got a crowd forming of critics. So
what's your strategy for that? Because I think it's just ignore it.
Yeah, honestly, because I try to understand people. Yeah. And I don't care like what they're saying because I know who I am and I know what I do and everything. Literally it's just lies that they're telling me. So that's not what I get upset over. I'm more upset I did get upset whenever I was trying to justify that behavior. Yeah. And like that thinking and that lifestyle. Yeah. Like, I'm just not that person to just critique people and like drop like
So
bring them
you
down
you
or
instantly
anything.
try figuring out what the problem is,
Yeah.
even though it was just a troll.
It was just a troll.
How-
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was trying to like humanize with them and be like, "Oh, why are you like that?" And I've come to the conclusion that like I will never be in that type of point in my life where I will just openly
Yeah.
drag people down, tear people down, make them feel bad just to make myself feel better. I don't have time for that. So
Yeah.
I've just had to justify myself that they are just like, I actually really pity them. Like, I feel
Yeah.
really bad that that is like their life, that's their viewpoint and everything. And I just really do, I've come to the grips that I'm like, I really do hope the best for them. I
Yeah.
hope their life gets better to where they can start speaking life and light into people versus hatred and ugliness.
Yeah. And that's the Theodore Roosevelt had a quote. I'm going to butcher it. It's you're the man in the ring and there's people in the stadium that are accusing you. You're actually out there doing something.
Yeah.
You're failing, you're succeeding, you're failing, you're succeeding, and they're always going to criticize your failures and hold you account to that.
Definitely. I agree with that. Like, because I don't pay attention to it. I used to because I wanted to know, because it is alarming that if somebody's like unhappy with you, it's normal to be like, what's wrong? And just from the short bit that I've read, I just know that it's in the moments of where me being authentic is where they don't like it. And I think it just makes them uncomfortable that
Exactly.
I'm comfortable enough to be myself and speak my mind and do what I want to do and everything.
Yep.
But I've just now come to the grips where I'm like, I don't read anything that is about me with people. Like, I don't read those comments. I don't look at videos or anything like that. People will let me know. And I'm just like, thanks for letting me know, but I'm not interested in knowing anymore.
And I respect that.
Yeah.
You know, I think you should only let a certain number of people to speak into your life.
Exactly.
People that have good intentions.
Only have people who build you up have access to you.
Yep.
Anyone who tears you down, don't give them access at all. And I don't even there'll be like these if it's not me, it'll be somebody else as well. So I don't take it personally, because if I'm not here, they're just going to do it to someone else. But I don't even look or watch or read comments whenever they do.
You
it
let
to
Kyle do
someone
all
else.
that.
Well, yeah, Kyle reads through my comments, but
Yeah.
If another YouTuber is getting drugged through the mud, I'm not participating in watching those hate videos.
Yeah, that's good.
And I'll just go to them directly and say like, hey, I just wanted to let you know that you're doing a great job. Like, encourage them, because it is not easy to put yourself to be in the ring and be out there in front of people for critics and judges.
Yeah, that resonates with me big time. Just putting myself out here doing this podcast, it is super emotional. You put so much work into it, and you post your first videos, and you hate it, and you're like, oh my gosh. And then just that little encouragement that like, hey, you're doing a good job. It's just the beginning is everything. So, and yeah, that's really good outlook. So let's get a little deeper in your business now.
Okay.
So I think this is the topic of your newest video you're currently editing, and this is what everyone wants to know. How much money are you making off of eBay, gross, YouTube, and Patreon right now?
Yeah. So I haven't done my numbers for what I've done on social media, but I just did the numbers for the reselling. And just for reselling, we brought in around $280,000 in sales. From that, I broke it all down in the video. From that, we paid ourselves like just short of $100,000 to our checking account, which is phenomenal. Like,
That's
really
amazing.
enjoy it.
All off of finding stuff.
Just all off of
and
selling
just having a
clothes.
good business mind.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And so super proud of our accomplishment there. As far as like the social media goes and Patreon, it just, I guess, times it by 12, and it's basically pure profit because it's all online and digital. Yeah. But I do about $1,500 with my group, my mentorship group that I have. And then it fluctuates between $1,000 to $1,500 on YouTube, depending on how many videos I post.
So what you're saying is you don't make all your money off of YouTube?
I don't.
Yeah.
I wish. That'd be awesome if I could make $100K off of YouTube.
Maybe this year.
Maybe, if I focus on it.
That'd be cool. So it sounds like you're hovering gross right around $300,000, which is exactly what your old construction company is. What is it with you and $300,000?
I know.
We got to break past that this year.
We got to break that ceiling. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I want to know who you're watching right now to inspire you and make you more successful.
Yeah. So there's a handful of people that I've been, whether they know it or not, they've been kind of like my mentors in breaking through just me and myself and I to accomplish what I want to do in my life and on social media and everything. For sure, you are an inspiration because I like the drive. Just show up and do it. Or just shut up and do it.
Yeah.
And that's a motto that I need to be living my life by because I can easily overthink things and just have that analysis paralysis and I don't end up doing anything. So I want to do more. So I've been watching you and I've been listening a little bit to Gary Vee. I know he's like super mega huge in the social media world. But again, he's the same type of attitude that you have where he's like, just show up, just do it. Don't have it be perfect. Just show up because that is literally the hardest part of most people is just doing it. Everyone can think about it, but actually doing it is differently. I've also been listening to not Alex Hermosi, but his wife. I really, I think her name's like Layla.
Yeah.
Really enjoy her perspective of mindset.
Because they sold a $50 million company nearly, and they talk about that success.
Yeah, they are crushing it financially and with their business. I love how their brain thinks and operates. So definitely, like, I feel like I'm on the same wavelength as her. She's just like, even though she's almost like basically my age, she, I feel like, is like light years ahead, mentality wise. And then more on like a smaller scale, like personal in the reselling world, there's a reselling mom who is called Midnight Modern. She's on YouTube. She is, again, same personality of just showing up, just doing it, just speaking your mind. Don't overthink it. I love her personality. She's so goofy and just having a blast. And like, I can get lost in that. I can take things a little too seriously. I can think about things too deeply. And so it's just like, I've been looking at the people, I guess more extroverted people, I should say. I might be more introverted. So I've been looking at the extroverts in my life and really trying to aspire to be more like them because I know me, myself, and I can do great things. I just have to do it and not just think about it.
And you're doing it. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see that video. A couple more questions. Why did you start your resale or your Patreon group in the first place?
Yeah. So I was just starting out YouTube. Obviously, I don't need the YouTube money or anything because reselling is paying our bills and everything. So I started YouTube because I wanted to, one, have a creative outlet first and foremost. And then secondly, I wanted to kind of teach people like, this is how we do it. And because with reselling, it's all customizable. You can kind of just do it however you want, whatever works for you. But I wanted to share what we do because I know that what we have is what a lot of people also want for themselves, like working for themselves in their own house with their spouse, raising their kids. A lot of people homeschool their kids in the reselling community.
But not everyone can make it a full-time job.
Not everyone can just, it takes like guidance, like it takes a direction to make it full-time. And since we've had that experience with our construction job, living on our own, being self-employed, paying our bills with the business and everything, and then also doing it with the reselling, I feel like I had some insight to share. And I was ending up, spending hours in the YouTube comments and on my Instagram, just responding, trying to help people as much as possible. But I was like, you know what? It'll be just much easier if I create a space that is affordable for everyone.
For people that are really needing it
who are really wanting that direct access to like ask me like, please help me with my business versus just like the casual questions here and there. So I created a space where it's affordable. At the time it was only $20 a month. Now it's $25 a month, but it's something where they have direct access to me and it's all just like-minded people all working towards creating a business that is quite close to resembling how we have it as well.
And have you seen successes from that Patreon?
Yeah. We have some people who've been doing this for like as long as we have, and then people who are just starting out. And I can already tell from when they first started to now, like they have more confidence in what they're doing. They have more confidence in their business. It's just kind of fast tracking them so they don't have to make a bunch of mistakes and try a bunch of different things out. I kind of just share what I've done, and they get like a leg up from me. I was also in a group where I learned a lot of it. I got a leg up from just having a fast track advance.
With Tech and Sport and with his group.
With his group, yeah. And so I like having that fast track of just pay for some education just to get yourself, you can learn it all for free.
Well, it's super affordable. You're paying like a few $100 a year and you're getting thousands and thousands of dollars worth of wisdom and fast tracking, like you said.
Yeah, for sure. So I really enjoy that community. And people have been really enjoying it as well. So I haven't been growing it. I'm not pushing for like the biggest group in the world or anything. I like having that community of just pouring into them the most I can. Like going back to serving the customers, it's like I want to make sure that I'm providing that value to them, and people will see themselves out if they don't find value anymore.
I always think it's cool, like a hurdle that I had to overcome, and I'm sure you had to too, is like you have so much knowledge and you're making money off of something. How do you like be able to give those nuggets of information and gold to people? It's kind of fearful sometimes to think like, oh, are they going to like steal my idea or take things or do something that I'm doing, you know? And I overcame it just by figuring out that I'm the secret sauce in my business. What makes it run? Anybody can start a masonry company. Anybody can start a reselling business group, but it's the energy that you put into it, and it's you know? So it's not, and so I think getting more comfortable knowing that it's okay to share personal stuff and finances and everything with people, not because you want to encourage people, you know, and I would never fear to like get things stolen from me or like keep things to myself. And that's kind of the purpose of the podcast too. I want people to learn and see that what makes people successful. And it's just the time and energy that you put into it. Yeah.
From my experience of working with and talking with people who make way more than us and way up there, and just hearing what their speech is, they are the most giving.
Yes.
Most of them are the most giving, the most thoughtful, the most considerate.
And not just with money, with their time and their knowledge.
Across the board. Like, they're very generous. And you got to be generous on a small scale, because that will only ratio-wise grow as you yourself grow. Yeah. So if you are generous with a little, you'll be generous with a lot. You don't just all of a sudden become generous.
That sounds biblical to me.
It does sound biblical.
Yeah. Let's segue into that. I want to know how your faith in Jesus affects everything you do. Tell me about that.
Yeah. I think the first thing whenever it comes to at least my walk with God and with Jesus is that everyone is an image bearer of God, whether they're Christian or not. Every single human being is an image bearer of God. And if you view them that way, then you will automatically give people more respect. Yeah. And you will automatically love them more and try to see the good and feed the good in them. Also knowing that literally even though I work hard and I have success in these areas, I might have money success, I might have whatever, family success, all of it is given to me from God. Yep, it's not on my own work and my own understanding. It's because God was generous with me, and I'm just trying to be a good steward. So having like a servant's heart to serve others, and to know that as easily as it came, it can also be taken away, and just being very thankful and having a lot of gratitude will automatically put your perspective of the world in a different viewpoint than someone who is very maybe self-centered and selfish and out for just them and no one else can have this and all that. And so it just naturally, everything else falls in place once you have a heart that is for serving God and others. Yeah. You'll automatically already have a better. That's the wisdom right there, is that first work on your relationship with God, and then everything else is success. You know, you see things differently. You're patient. You're more loving. And you see kind of things through God's eyes rather than always trying to control things yourself. That would be my biggest advice for anybody that wants to start a business. Yeah. So, and that's encouraging. And surround yourself with also Christians. So, yeah. I do also want to say, like, some people might have more issues with maybe anger or envy, whatever. Yeah. I have issues with worrying and anxiety. Like, I worry about things, and I think that's normal. Like, some people might be worrywart, and it's been something that I've had a lifelong journey of trying to rectify and just, have God renew my mind daily and just know, like, he takes care of the birds. How much greater are we than birds? Like, and just really trying to practice saying God will provide, because you can't be your own provider, because it's like sinking sand.
It's true. Yeah, the minute I try relying on my own strength, I start sinking. And I would say that advice to anybody: don't look at somebody like Carrie or whoever and think like, oh, well, she just got. It's like it takes a lot of background discipline, prayer, reading your Bible, really getting close to God before any kind of outwardly success. And there's people that aren't even in business, that are even poor, that have that same kind of inward success, and that's what the most important thing is.
Yeah, for sure. It's all about about the eternal life, not this life.
Yeah. And okay, so lastly, let's what's your advice to new content creators or people that are starting your own business? Content creators, what's your advice for them?
For
because you're
content
successful.
creators, I gotta take my own advice. Just show up. Just show up. You I've been telling myself, like, you are uniquely you. No one else is like you.
Yeah.
You might be talking about the same stuff. I'm not doing anything groundbreaking or new over here. I'm just doing the same thing that has worked for other people. But I have a different perspective. I have different disadvantages and advantages that I can share on. And there's just, that everyone has like kind of like their own teacher. They have people that they hear from better than others. And so just show up and inspire people, even if it's just one person that gets inspiration and you completely change their world or their path that they've been on because you showed up and provided content for them to consume. It's like, that is phenomenal. Like, don't get so worried on like, I'm not viral.
Yeah.
Just focus on the groundwork.
That's something that your husband told me about this podcast. He said, this has been done a million times before. Nothing special about what I'm doing here, but the only thing special is me, and he goes, that's what people are going to watch. So be yourself, have your personality, and don't be afraid to, don't try pretending to be somebody else.
Yeah. Don't try to be like, oh, everyone else does this, so I have to do this.
Yeah. Just carve your own lane.
Yeah. Just compare you to you, and you only improve you, and that's it. So.
Cool. Well, thank you, Carrie. Where can people find you?
You can find me on YouTube, Carrie at Home. I'm also on Instagram, which is Carrie at Home. And I'll maybe be on other social media forums eventually, but those are the two main ones right now.
And if you're interested in reselling as a part-time thing, if you're a stay-at-home mom or someone that just wants to make a little extra money, what about your Patreon?
Yeah. I do offer Patreon, a group where if you want to get a little bit more into the details and you want like it more streamlined, because like with free education, like I'll put it out on YouTube, but it's kind of hard to cipher through all the free education. So I do have it kind of more streamlined and more direct, so you can get fast-tracked.
And it's Carrie at Home on Patreon too.
Yeah, it's Carrie at Home on Patreon, and I've got a link to it on my YouTube.
And I would watch some of her videos, be inspired, and go do something today.
Yeah.
Thank you.